What's up, guys? Bluddshed here. Welcome to the Blood Heart Podcast, episode number sweet 16. What we do here is talk about all things Diablo 3 related, and then we branch out to other topics. I post episodes on Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, we just talk about games, man. We're more Diablo focused, and then we branch out. But I love doing this every week. It gives you guys and me a chance to recap the most important things of the week and the things that we care about the most. This week, we had some Minecraft dungeon news. The Diablo killer, right? The Minecraft dungeon Diablo killer. We're going to talk a lot about Diablo stuff. Like, we're going to talk about lore. We're going to go into a story/lore corner section of the podcast again. We're going to talk about Destiny 2 expansion launches tomorrow or today, since that's when I'm going to post the video/podcast. But first, my life in Sanctuary and in real life. It's been a busy week for Bludd. In terms of my character's progression, I've been pushing on hardcore. I'm going to include a Juliana's push build in the description that I've been using. It's actual clear. It's a GR100 clear with no augments. It's going to be a fun climb to 110. I'm going to be augmenting all my hardcore characters one at a time. So I have, say, 5 characters, and I'll add 5 augments. So 1 per character, and that's going to allow for some very slow progression, but it's going to always give me something to strive for versus doing 1 and then done and then 2 and then done. Just kind of do them all together and have a nice character progression arc. Like on a bell curve, it'd be a nice curve, baby. You know, it'd be a nice wave versus just having a spike with 1 character. Like I took Demon Hunter to 111 almost instantly. And instead of just doing that with another character, we're just going to level everything together. The clear was good, though. I mean, we had a bunch of procs, some close calls. I think you guys will like it. Every week, I might include a gameplay highlight in the description, at least one, depending on what I talk about. I was thinking about playing it over the podcast feed, but I guess you could just open up a new window until I kind of work out the logistics of that. You know, there is copyright music in the video, so I'd have to mute the video and try to figure out a new layout. So we might be there in the future, might have gameplay on the YouTube podcast, and then maybe even me in the future. But for right now, this is a kind of a makeshift fix until it's something that I'm happy with, right? Everything kind of has to be approved through my boss, and that's me, right? We also got 100 with Whirlwind Barb, 1 augment, and then 100 with Roland Satyr with 1 augment. We all pretty much 1 or 2 shot all the clears. So that was pretty good. Like our characters are coming along nicely. And pretty much every day we're going to be farming keys, trying to roll blood shards on all the various characters. I mean, if you think about it, having 5 characters slows our progression down by 5 times, right? So like I'm rolling shards here, I'm rolling shards there. I'm trying to cut corners where I can and manage a stable of heroes. And it's been fun. I've been having a good time this season. I've been doing something different, so I think it keeps it fresh for me. And playing non-meta builds really helps a lot too. If I was just playing Wave of Light, it might not make it as interesting. In my real life, man, TwitchCon's in town, brothers and sisters. So I didn't go to TwitchCon. I was streaming every day because I like streaming, and I wasn't really hyped about TwitchCon. Like, I even asked my community a few times, like, are you excited about TwitchCon, or what are you hoping they announce? And like, nobody really knows, I think, because it's more of like I guess, I don't even know. I mean, it's a cool way to meet up with streamers, right? And like learn maybe new tactics about your business and how to grow on Twitch, or just meet with like-minded individuals. There's a lot of benefit to TwitchCon. You know, like for me, I love Twitch. Like I always think I bleed purple. Like I love Twitch and everything about it. But actually the con itself never really got me excited. Next year, I'm going for sure. All right, I promise. Next year, a TwitchCon 100%. Bludd's going to be all about that life. But what I did do was hang out with so many different content creators, streamers, viewers. So TwitchCon was in San Diego. I live in sunny San Diego. So what I did was hook up with a bunch of different streamers and went to their Airbnbs, went to sport bars, went to, the Gas Lamp downtown, hung out, played a lot of games. We played Cards Against Humanity, drunk. At another place, we did Uno and we did beer pong. Went to a pool party where no one was swimming. Went to another pool party where people were swimming. So I had a busy weekend. It was a lot of fun. And they always say, like, maybe gamers have anxiety or they're antisocial or whatever. But damn, everybody was hella social. It could be like they're all creators themselves, so they're used to talking to other people. Like, as a streamer, I'm constantly interacting with chat. I know it's not like a face-to-face thing, but man, everybody was super social, outgoing. It was a good time, like you wouldn't think it, like, like on paper, I guess you'd be like, everyone would be like, I don't know. But yeah, it's just stereotypes, right? Everyone was super cool and we had a really good time. It's almost like everybody's a gamer now. I was surprised how many people I talked to where we had American football conversations, and we talked about like real world, events and things that you wouldn't even think. So yeah, to my surprise, I had an amazing, amazing time hanging out with all kinds of people from the Twitch community. I was also shocked how much I was recognized, because at BlizzCon, I kind of expected, since I'm on the launcher before, and anybody that's into World of Warcraft or Overwatch might have a higher chance of seeing me than just somebody that watches like Fortnite or another game on Twitch. So for me, I was taken back a little bit because I had more than a few people buy me drinks, right? I know who they were, but they introduced themselves, and thank you, patrons of giving me drinks. People came up to me at parties, and I didn't have a name badge or anything because I didn't actually go to the convention, but I did hang out with everyone at the outside the convention, I guess. And just people recognizing me and saying, thank you for your videos, or I love your content. I check in your stream from time to time. It's kind of cool, man. It makes me feel even part of a community more than I thought I even was, because I just go live on Twitch and, talk my talk, and I have like my friends I talk to every day, and you don't realize all the people who don't talk are the lurkers out there. I mean, to meet a lot of lurkers this weekend is what I'm saying. And it was a good time. Yeah, it was nice to meet everybody. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you for coming up to me. If you didn't come up to me next year, I'm going to be at the convention next year. It's going to be in San Diego again, and we're going to do it bigger and better than before. And of course, I'm going to go out at night and hang out with everybody. So yeah, I guess I got a little taste this year of what TwitchCon could be. And now next year, I'm going to go for the full effect, right? I'm getting Twitch joggers, Twitch hoodie. We're going all out. Twitch tattoo, maybe not a Twitch tattoo, but you get it, right? Everything full out Twitch. Yeah, on Saturday, I went out Friday night, slept like 2 hours, made it for the stream. I tweeted out a picture, me hungover, drinking Jamba Juice. So if you guys want to check that, twitter.com/bloodshed. I did put out one picture on Instagram if you want to check that, instagram.com/bloodshed. So you can check me out. I'm committed to growing my social media. That's one thing I don't do, is grow like Instagram and Twitter. So I guess Instagram, I'm going to try to post more and be more involved in it, something that I haven't really done. So hopefully Bludd can get off his butt in the Instagram department in 2019 and get that off and running, especially with BlizzCon coming up. There'll be a lot of photo opportunities with people in the community. Like if you look through my Instagram feed, it's like last BlizzCon, the BlizzCon before that, the BlizzCon before that. It's all, so hopefully we can get a more diverse portfolio going. On to Diablo news. Welcome to the Diablo section. Yo, there's no news this week, man. There's bugs, and they patched the bugs, and there's still some bugs there. So yeah, nothing really changed in the world of Diablo. One thing I did notice is the challenge rifts have been actually very fun. I don't know if I finally went off the deep end or I finally lost my mind in the world of Diablo. Like I've been actually playing so much. But I've been playing about 45 minutes to an hour of the challenge rifts every week and having a lot of fun, surprisingly amount of fun with it. I don't really go past like an hour, right? Because the North American challenge rift is 2 p.m. my time, and the European challenge rift is 3 p.m. my time. So I usually will talk to chat. We'll do like a live video guide every Monday. I'll talk about it and then I'll do it. And we usually get like rank 1 to 5 back and forth because everybody's competing. Like we get rank 1 and then like Leviathan might get it the next second and then Rax might get it the next second. Like some guy named Affuligart got it this week and he pretty much has held it all day today. Or like Zigor and SVR and just a lot of people from the community. I know DFB, you see people like in the community section. I guess I'm naming all these names to say like it's fun because every week you see the same names and you're competing, even if it's just you're competing for the first hour, right? It's kind of fun, and it's kind of fun to play on an even playing field, right? It's a puzzle we need to figure out. It's always been here. Challengers have been here for years at this point. I never really appreciated them until the last few weeks, I think. I almost get excited to do like a mini competition. I always complain that there's no Paragon caps, no gem level caps. There's no caps in seasonal progression. It's just like an infinite grind fest. Well, you know what? We have challenge rifts where there is a cap and there is something to figure out and something to compete with. So yeah, we were doing it. We held like rank 3 most of the day. I think right now, let me look on the board here. Oh yeah, we're rank 11. So, you know, it's kind of cool just to see. And I know it's been here, right? And I'm just kind of backtracking, but just try it. Just say, if you're there, if you have Mondays off work or school, or even if you don't, like just compete for like, give yourself like 30 minutes, try to perfect your route and see what you do. It's kind of fun playing against everybody. I have people in my stream saying, yo, Bludd, I beat you this week, or I passed you, or I'm right behind you, or like what, it's kind of fun, man. It's almost like we get a mini season every Monday. And that's something that I've been looking forward to every week. We even have a exclamation mark CR rotation, so you know what's coming next. If you don't know, the classes are on the same rotation every week. So I usually do that on Mondays. You can tell I'm excited because I'm starting to ramble. When I get excited, the juice is flowing. Chat, all right? And then at around 3 o'clock, I go get a drink of water, come back, and then we do the European one for like 30 minutes to an hour as well. So yeah, every Monday, if you want to join me, you can do it. Or even if you want to try at night, you can see where you're at for the week. And at least you know you're competing on an even playing field, just like everybody else is. The 1 hour challenge rift challenge with Bluddshed. Join me. I want to see you on the leaderboard. I want to see those Blood clan tags also. For today's lore and story corner, we're going to talk about like, how did Diablo come to existence? Where did it come from? How did it be? What is Diablo, right? We're going to start from the beginning, go through and talk about that. According to various myths, Anu was the first and for a time the only being in creation. Anu looks like a barbarian wizard. He kind of looks like old Bloodshed on Halloween. Seeking a state of total purity, Anu cast all evil from itself, right? So there's this being named Anu. He's a barb wizard walking around, the only thing that exists. And he's like, I have evil in me. Let me cast this out. However, these elements could not exist in a state of separation, and they formed a being called Tahamet, the 7-headed dragon that was the sum total of all evil. I guess like the 7 deadly sins or whatever, but it's a 7-headed dragon, evil, just nasty. Those separate entities, Anu and Tamet, were bound within the pearl that contained them. They warred against each other in an unending battle for ages, uncounted. So good and evil, just one creature versus another creature battling forever. Tahamet and Anu, good versus evil, died in a final battle they had against each other. Evil's blackened, smoldering husk spiraled into the lower darkness of reality. From this putrid flesh arose the realms of the burning hells, and a race of demons that arose like maggots from a corpse. The 7 heads of this evil dragon spawned greater evils and 3 prime evils. 4 were lesser, 3 were greater. So Diablo is one of the greater primevals. The primeval is Diablo, the Lord of Terror. And then you have Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred. And then Baal, the Lord of Destruction. So like Diablo is trying to become like one evil existence and be like Tahamet was before. The lesser evils are Andariel, Duriel, Belial, Azmodan. Azmodan, the general of vices, the Lord of sin. So I guess to put it in perspective again, you have this 7-headed evil dragon fighting the pure, good-hearted angel god. They're fighting, they kill each other. Heaven is spawned, the evil thing sinks down, and hell is spawned. And Diablo seems to be like the strongest version of the 7 heads. and he tries to take control of all the evil, become one ultimate Super Saiyan evil being. And he was killed by the Nephilim, obviously, and trapped in the Soul Stone with everybody else. And then he's just waiting to break out of the Soul Stone to do the whole cycle all over again. This has been going on for eons, right? Well, I can't one day tackle Diablo again and send him back to the Soul Stone, hopefully in Diablo 4, right? Let's go into the rapid fire news corner. You guys like these transitions that I'm doing? Yeah, it's for you guys, okay? So Cube World is back. If you don't know about Cube World, like some dude and his wife made it. Their developer is called Picorama, and they shut it down at some point because it got too big too fast, or they couldn't keep up with the updates. This was, I don't even know how long ago I bought Cube World. It was such a long time ago, and it is actually officially out on Steam today. Right now it has mixed reviews on Steam, but if you don't know about it, it's a voxel-based action RPG focused on exploration. And yeah, so it's like RPG elements, and it's like a Minecraft RPG, I guess. It's pretty cool, man. I bought it, like I said, a long time ago. I was into it. It looked like a lot of fun and ARPG, so I'm interested, and it's out now on Steam if you want to check it out. I think it's like $19.99. I don't know how to recover my old account. Maybe I'll look into that and then try to somehow get it activated on Steam. But yeah, Cube World is back, baby, and we'll see how it goes. Right now it's doing alright. 41% of 1,500 users give it positive ratings. So also, Destiny 2 becomes free to play today, and it's going to be on Steam as well. I believe if you link your Battle.net with Steam, or vice versa, you can download Steam for free and then you can recover your account. Also, it's going to be cross-play. So your like content from Destiny on Xbox or PlayStation will go to PC, and it's all like cross-save and cross-play, I believe, as well. Players have been asking for that for a long time now, so I'm glad that they finally decided to go forward with that. The new expansion is going to take place on the moon with a host of new activities. It's not on Battle.net anymore, so if you don't see Destiny, you have to get it on Steam or transfer your account over there. The biggest change is Destiny's Armor 2.0 system, a new gear system which will add more stats to armor and enable players to mix and match mods more easily. In addition to expanded armor, they're also getting a new type of armor entirely called artifacts. Artifacts function like a secondary power source, with over a dozen different like skills that you can pick. Shadowkeep is also including finishing moves, which can be modded to change their animation effects. That's kind of interesting. I'm a big Destiny fan back in the day. Destiny 2's release was pretty bad, and I've slowly been coming back into it, but I haven't fully downloaded it and played it. But I'm like, yeah, maybe it's time to give Destiny another shot kind of thing. It's been like a small light in the darkness, right? But if you've never tried it, it's free to play on Steam starting today. Big rumors coming from the Pokemon camp. There's strong evidence to support that we're getting Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes coming next year. I can't wait for this. I was a big fan of Diamond and Pearl. I like all new games on my Switch, so I'm all about the Switch these days when I'm not on my PC. So hopefully we get that. That would be really exciting. Also, there was rumors that Ash was gonna get written out of the series, and they showed the artwork and basically confirming that he's gonna be in the next wave of. So Ash is good for another 1 to 2 years, basically, because the new series is gonna feature him heavy. So you don't have to worry about Ash or Pikachu leaving anytime soon. I don't know what they would do with Pikachu. If Ash left, would Pikachu stay? Would they both leave together? You take Pikachu's like the biggest star of Pokemon probably, and now you're taking him away. I'm not sure how that would work, but it looks like for now it was just a rumor. Mario Kart getting some heat for being pay to win on mobile. I haven't encountered that yet, but I probably played Mario Kart like 5 hours, and it's really good controls, really well made. It's like a light version. It's a freaking mobile, right? So me playing Mario Kart on mobile is like a quick and dirty version. And then you play on your Switch and you have like the actual content heavy, all the stuff, right? Because you don't really want all that stuff on mobile anyway. You just want to be able to move, but the controls feel good. It's free to play. You should download it, try it if you always want to play Mario Kart mobile, but it's getting lots of heat from players that it's pay to win. So When I encounter that, maybe I'll report back to you guys, but I haven't hit that part yet. I'm probably still in they're trying to get me hooked phase, so to speak. Speaking about the Switch Lite sells 600,000 units, almost 600K units the first week. Have you guys picked up a Switch Lite? Let me know in the comments below. Tweet at me. I want to know. I think it's a good time for a Christmas gift, or if you wanted to buy your kids or a gift, right? It's an easier way to jump into the Switch versus paying that extra 100 for a gift. So maybe collectors are buying it, enthusiasts, or I wouldn't get it if I have a normal Switch, but if I didn't have one, maybe this would get me into the Switch gaming a lot easier. Do you guys do Christmas shopping early? It's going to be October. So October, November, December. So like 2.5 months, 3 months almost, you would buy the Switch. I guess so. Get it ahead of the curve before it gets sold out. I did like that teal version, was super lit. I like the teal version a lot. But yeah, let me know if you guys are going to get it or why you would be getting it for sure. I wanted to talk about Minecraft Dungeons. So this trailer is taking the internet by storm a little bit. So it's like a dungeon crawler ARPG with like RPG elements and like gear and stuff like that. It's all going to be randomized. You should watch the trailer if you haven't. It doesn't really show the gameplay too much, but they did show a little bit at E3, I believe. We like to call it a Diablo killer just because it's a funny meme. There's multiplayer up to 4 players, can team up and fight together in co-op. You can battle new nasty monsters in this all new action adventure game inspired by classic dungeon crawlers. So it says it's inspired by classic crawlers like roguelikes and stuff like that. You can unlock dozens of unique items and weapon enchantments and devastating special attacks. You can personalize your character just like you can in Minecraft, I would assume, and fight up close and personal with melee swings or hang back with ranged attacks, or tank your way through swarms of mobs shielded by heavy armor. Explore treasure stuff levels in a quest to take down the evil arch whatever. So it looks pretty cool, like maybe this will introduce a lot of players to ARPGs in general. So you get like a whole new generation of kids or even adults. It's nostalgia for a lot of us adults at this point now. Minecraft's been out so long. A lot of nostalgia. Now Minecraft's really popular right now. I think a big part because PewDiePie started streaming it or making content for it again. And then it just became a wave in general. Like a lot of people picked it up again. So you got Minecraft to a new generation, but also like ARPGs in general for us Diablo fans, to a whole new generation. These kids are going to grow up and then maybe they are done with Minecraft Dungeons and they look for something else, and maybe they transition to Diablo would be the closest thing, or something like a Torchlight, right? The ARPG market in general would be a nice transition for them, and then maybe Diablo 4 one day, you never know. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think about Minecraft Dungeons. It looks promising. I'll probably just check it out for fun, go in and just see how it goes. The community question for the week is, yo, Bluddshed, yo, Bludd, hey, Bludd, yo, Bludd. When did you know you became a gamer? What got you into gaming? So my mom had a Nintendo NES. I was going to say, Nintendo, just a regular NES. Yeah, it's called the NES. I was like 4 years old, I believe, 3 or 4. And she would play Zelda on it. And whenever she would walk away, I would jump on the sticks, start gaming. And the first game I ever played was Mario. And I beat Mario when I was 4. I actually really was addicted whenever I could play. I remember being like super like try hard, like, no, I keep going, get knocked down, get up again, right? I got really good at platformers because that's what I grew up on, was NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. And then she bought a game called The Legend of Zelda. And my whole world opened up. That was my first RPG game, video game. And it was my first game that probably I fell in love with gaming. So even though you don't see me stream Zelda or make video content for Zelda or talk about Zelda, Zelda was actually my break point into RPGs. Like that was, and video games in general, was me falling in love with games, was because The Legend of Zelda. I spent so many hours using the candle to try to find secret passageways in every single bush, the burning bush. We do have burning bush emotes on the stream, by the way. It's not a total coincidence. It's dangerous to go alone, chat. I don't know how many bombs I wasted across the I guess it's the ocean or the ocean side, like all in the rocks, trying to place a bomb here, place a bomb there, trying to find secret passageways throughout the whole game, upgrading your sword, finding secrets, like action. I guess it was an action role-playing game. I don't know. You did upgrade your equipment and stuff like that, and you had hearts and gear, so to speak, and it was amazing. Yeah, that Legend of Zelda was probably a top 10 game in defining like what I liked in games and I guess the hobby that rules my life now. I mean, that's all my whole life has been since I was 4 years old, was all about video games. Dun, 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 dun. You know, you feel like a boss when you like attack and then there's a projectile coming, and then you put your shield up, it reflects it, and then you go back. If you want to support the podcast, the YouTube channel, the Twitch stream, you can sub everywhere. Twitch, Patreon, or even YouTube has a paid option. You can sub now if you want to support the content. Big shout out to the new YouTube paid subscribers. We got a Blood backer tier from Dwayne. Chris is supporting the stream. Michelle, Jacob, Zulu, Susan, Wesley, and Taylor. Thank you guys so much for supporting here on YouTube. Over on Patreon, we got Kevo, Robert, Brian, Jeffrey, and Brittany coming in with that big support on Patreon. Thank you guys. Also Smith, Thomas, Toby. It's hard to keep up, man. Robert, you guys are great. So thank you for the support. It really means a lot. And over on Twitch, I got you guys live when you support. So, but thank you again for allowing me to do what I do, making these podcasts every week, making content. I have more video guides coming out in the next few days. And of course, when the PTR drops, we're going to dissect it, break it down, and get that to you guys. Hope you guys like this week's podcast. I hope you like the format. The format's basically the same, but I did add a official corner for like a good story or like a lore event, and the rapid fire news section where we're just going to crank it out. Next week, I'll probably have even more. We'll just crank through just news sections and get you guys caught up. If you don't want to pay attention to what's going on in the gaming world as much, maybe you can check the podcast, and then we'll hit you with that section every week. Like I think I talked about it before, but eventually I might break it apart into 2 sections where you have a full gaming podcast and a full Diablo podcast. We might split just like Anu, man. You never know, chat. You never know. Anyway, this is the Bluddshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.